Alright, so first thing you gotta do after you jack up the car is take the wheel off. That way you can get to the tie rod end. Even though you can probably get to it from here, but it makes your life so much easier.
No, there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass.
So if your tie rod end looks like this, where it's all beat up and the bushing's all shot, it's most likely a clear sign that you gotta change it. And it will cause your car to pull right and left and everything, and you could have issues steering while driving down the road. You're gonna need some PB Blaster or some WD-40 to spray on the bolts. That way it's a little easier to break loose, because under pressure and everything of all the steering, it's going to be harder to break it loose from years of shifting and everything. So we're going to go in here. We're going to spray this bolt here and the bolt on top here. That way we can get that out of there and just clean up any dirt and debris that's all over the place.
I said I'm moving too far.
There's two size wrenches that you need for this part, and that's a 17 and a 13 millimeter. So in here, this one is 17. Shouldn't be too tight. You should be able to break it loose. If not, get a hammer and hit down on the wrench. Leave that one on there until you get the top one off. And then you're most likely going to need to use a pickle fork to get them out. If not, you gotta hit something down in this hole and push it out. Just take the hammer and tap this through. And the bolt should look like this. With a head like that to lock it so it doesn't turn when you tighten the bolt. Place that aside. You get the pickle fork and put it right in there and hammer it in there. There you go. That's out. Now you just got to take it from back here, back in here, and then you loosen it up. And then it comes off and you put the new one on. So you're just gonna go back here. There should be a 17 mil or 19 mil actually wrench that you can fit in there. And take this 13 or whatever fits around the tie rod end and just loosen it up. Unscrew that. There you go. That is your tie rod end. When it's busted, you can see why it's all up. It wants to go all around and go right or left or up and down. Yeah, cars go up and down, but mostly right and left. But we're gonna put a new one on. Depending on what quality you want, it's usually anywhere from like 15 bucks to like 75. We're just gonna go with $17 one, and yeah, there's a plug in here. Alright, let's get to it. Here's the two tie rod ends. Here's the old one. As you see, it flops around like an old dong, and this can't really move by hand. But what we're gonna do is take, before we put it on, you gotta take these two nuts. This is where the old alignment was. We're gonna try and get it as close as possible so they're not all over the road. Just gonna match it up to be somewhat the same. And that's about right. Just till we get it to the shop for an alignment. And usually you would put the grease fitting in here and take the grease gun and pack it. But these come pre-packed, so we just put it on and it's good to go. Just screw it on, put it back in, done. Hopefully. Take this wrench, put it in here, 20 mil on the outside nut, and tighten it up. That way it doesn't flop around. If you can't get this bolt to go through all the way and get locked in properly, take the Allen key, put it in the top, and you can adjust the way the tie rod end is. So that little notch lines up perfectly to the bolt. And there you go. Tie rod is all done. Now time to put the car back on. Or time to put the tire back on and then take a short ride.